2023 Media Day for the West Branch football team here. Coach John Hierseman. Coach, obviously things are a little different this year, but talk about how things have been going through camp so far.
Camp's been great. Senior captains have done a really good job leadership-wise, which has helped a lot. And it just helps having a lot of returning guys. I mean, we lost some really good dudes from last year, but we've got some really good dudes coming back, especially on the offensive line. The offensive line's really going to have to lead us, which is how it should be.
Yeah, and talk about some of those dudes, guys that are returning. You got Reese Trepp, who's coming back and changing positions, and talk about the guys who are stepping in to fill, the voids that were left from last year.
Yeah, well, across the front line, we've got Logan Wright's a 3-year starter. Max Lodge is a 3-year starter. Mike Montgomery's going to start for us, and he's only a sophomore, and it's already going to be a second-year starting. Tate France probably going to be our center. Just done a really good job in camp, and that's made it easy with the transition moving Reese to another position, which is a bonus. And then Reese is able to help us in another position, kind of a fullback, tight end, H-back type of role, which gives us 6 linemen basically. And then Quentin Roach is our other guard, and he had a lot of experience playing last year too.
And obviously the position that everybody talks about on offense is the quarterback spot. I know you got a competition going on there. Talk about the guys you got in that spot battling it out.
Yeah, we've got 4 guys battling it out right now. We've got Connor Rios, be a junior. Nolan Staker and Brennan Dale are both sophomores competing there. And then we've got Cam Ginrich, who's a senior, who's not been out for a couple years, played quarterback as a freshman and is back out as a senior. All 4 of them are doing a really good job. It's going to be a tough decision, but they're all athletes. They're going to be able to play somewhere if they're not playing quarterback, and we might end up with a mix of guys playing quarterback.
And talk about how things with the team have been, like I said, a little different this year, coaching staff-wise. Talk about how you've been able to balance things coming into the year with the changes that have happened.
Yeah. Well, Butch did such a good job of preaching family over the years. And to the point, it's always on our hats, it's on all our clothing and things. But, with him passing, it's really shown how important that is. I mean, our kids have picked up the slack and what they needed to do leadership-wise. One of the coolest things, the day after Butch passed, I got a text from Cale Seidel, one of our captains, and he said, hey, you want to let the coaches know we're going to play flag football down on the field. We want to do that. We think it'd be neat for you guys if you want to just get out of the house and come watch. And it was awesome to see the kids thinking about the adults and how they could make us comfortable. And that, that's what Butch preached over the years as a family, and that's what you do.
Leadership, that's good leadership. And talk about your schedule. The schedule is not easy. You start with Williamsburg, Dike New Hartford, and Columbus Catholic out of Waterloo. Talk about what your schedule is going to bring to you this year.
Yeah, well, that schedule is tough. And, you go through that non-district list process, and I'm not sure what happened, but somehow the only other team in the state that listed us on their list was Williamsburg. No other team in the state listed us. But it is what it is. It's 3 really tough games, and if we can get through those games uninjured, we're going to be really good at the end of that. It's going to test us. Are we going to go 3-0 in non-district? It's going to be awful dang tough. But it doesn't matter. We're going to be pretty salty at the end of those 3 games no matter what happens.
Absolutely. And lastly, talk about anybody who stood out to you in camp that might have surprised you a little bit, at whatever side of the ball, special teams, offense, defense, somebody that's kind of made a name for themselves so far.
A couple. I mentioned Tate France. We were kind of wondering if we could move Reese Trepanier from center, and Tate has jumped into the center spot and just rolling with it. He's doing a really good job. Other surprises, Cooper Gates moving here. We didn't really know what we had, kind of saw him on film, but they moved here from West Liberty. He's been a really good addition at running back. He's going to probably share that spot with Zach Capper, who's another kid moving in, really hard-working kid. They moved here from Solon. Those kids moving here from somewhere else, you really don't know what you get. But when they got here, they've got really good attitudes. They work really hard, and that's what you want to see.
Yeah, both those kids have West Branch ties originally. Coach, I know Butch would be proud of you of how you've led this program to this point, so nice work and good luck this year.
All right. Thanks, Jared.